Forget to turn this up. Can you see me yet? No? I cannot yet. What's that?
I said no, I cannot yet.
Yeah. My screen is moving. I don't see you seeing me.
There
we go. Like it's not working. Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. How are you guys?
God, hi.
Hi, yes, I see that.
Yes, we see you.
Okay, good. I'm not in my normal location, as you can see from behind me, and so I wasn't sure how strong the internet connection was going to be. And the table's a little wobblier than my one at home, so everything is a little jiggly. Just ignore that, okay? I'll try not to talk with my hands. It's almost impossible for me, but it's what I do. I'm great. Thank you for asking. Thank you for asking.
I already have 22 people.
Awesome. Okay. So for those of you who are new here, hi, my name is Rebecca Dragonheart and I am a psychic medium. I've been doing my work now since 1993. Here on my lives, they are done by donation. We're raising funds for my children's book, The Little Light, A Soul's Journey. We're at 71 sold now. So our target was supposed to be 2,000 sold by June 30th. We didn't hit that. So if you're interested in pre-ordering yourself a copy, it is a book for kids between, I would say newborn to 10. And it just teaches them about the other side, what the other side looks like, and what it's like picking our lives coming into this incarnation, what our bodies look like on the other side, and also what the other side looks like. So it's a really great book. I channeled it about 20 years ago. So how it works here is you can go into my link tree. There's a donation button. And yeah, just hit the donate button and you can pick whichever denomination you'd like. Put your question in with the instructions to seller. That way we get your question right away. And it's going to be done in order of receiving the questions. Okay, guys? So it's like first come, first serve kind of thing. So just go up into my link tree there.
And please include your name as well.
Yeah, put your name in there as well. Okay, guys? That way it's easy for us and easy for you. Sometimes we have to read the email and people miss that sometimes. All right. All good.
All right. Wow, we already have 52 people.
I see. I know, and it's a long weekend, I think. So, in the States, at least, not in Canada anymore, but in the States it is, right? So you guys have the 4th of July tomorrow, which is cool.
All right. Our first question here is from one of our top gifters at the moment, Gina, who asks, will Kathy and I ever be in a relationship?
I heard no, honey. But what I want to tell you is that there is somebody coming along, and I do feel like that's happening early next year for you, okay? So be patient, and I know it's what you're hoping for. But unfortunately, that's not the alignment for you, okay, honey?
All right, our next question here is from our top gifter, Linda, who asks, will Tim and I reconnect soon?
I do see actually communication happening with you guys. I'm hearing within the next few weeks actually. So just be open and receptive, and it does feel like there's a lot to talk about. Okay.
All right. We've got our first donation here from Emily, who asks, any message from my grandmother, dragons or any spirit teams? Thank you.
Hi, Emily. Yeah, so I hear your grandma. So it's funny because your grandmother comes through very young. I'm not sure of the age that she crossed over, but she presents herself as very young, hip, in with all the things that are popular right now kind of thing. Like she's very hip is how she comes through. She keeps showing me like she's, the cool cat kind of thing. I don't know. This is the personality she's giving me, okay, honey? What I do want to say with her is that she does play with the electricity. She tells me she messes with your phone and she plays with the lights, and she does let you know she's around by messing with the electricity, okay, honey? So you're going to want to pay attention to that when that's happening. And she does visit you during your dream time. So when you have dreams with her, honey, it's not that you're just dreaming with her. You're actually having a visitation, okay? So I would keep track of that. The main message that I get from her is life is short. Enjoy it. Don't be afraid to let loose and party, basically, is what the energy she gives me. She shows me herself as very young. I know that that's not the age that she was when she crossed over, but that's how she shows herself. So she's very young at heart. Yeah. All right.
We did receive a couple more donations here from Kristen Curry, Cindy, and Jessica Fernandez.
Perfect.
So our next question here is from Kristen, who asks, "Hi, are any past loved ones around me? Thank you."
Yeah, so I feel that there are a few energies with you, and I'm going to say you feel like somebody who is very sensitive to spirit activity. So when you hear something, honey, I want you to check in first and ask, because it does feel like you get a kind of a revolving door. So it feels like energies follow you around. Okay. I get 3 specific people with you, 2 females and a male. The females feel like kind of a grandmother and auntie kind of an energy, and the male feels very grandfatherly, but also very fatherly in the way that they behave with you. Okay. So they're very protective of you, watching out for you, making sure things are working out for you, and just really that protection. I feel like it's almost like I keep you safe, basically. And the male energy is the stronger one that comes around. The other 2 visit, but it just feels like the male energy is the stronger one. Okay, honey? You're very protected. I think that's the thing you need to hear. All right.
Our camera's shaking a lot just because
I know, because this table's awful. I'm sorry, guys. It's like the Blair Witch Project. And that's just from you writing names down.
Yeah, and from me talking as well.
I know, I'm trying not to put my hands on the table because it's wobbly.
Yeah, we do have a few people asking how to donate.
Yeah, so if you just go into my link tree, there's a donate button, and you can pick whichever denomination you'd like to donate there, okay, honey? Or you can go through my PayPal on my website if it's easier. Sometimes people have a little problem with the link tree. So if you want to go to my website, it's www.rebeccadragonheart.com. All right.
Our next question here is from Cindy, who asks, "Will I find true love this year?"
Not this year, but I do hear it's going to happen for you for next year, okay, honey? So don't, what I'm hearing is you're pulling the right way, but you're just not going to get that person coming yet, okay? Things need to open up differently for you, and I hear it's for next year for you, okay, honey?
Right. Our next question here is from Jessica Fernandez,
Hi,
who
Jessica.
asks, will my mom get the job at the UN? Happy Canada Day.
Thanks, honey. So I'm not hearing that this one in particular, but I do hear that there is something happening there where she is going to get in. It just feels like it's not going to be where she's thinking. Okay, so it might look a little bit different.
All right. Our next question here is from Martina, who asks, "What is the reason Dave M came into my life, and is he going to be an important person in my life? Do we have a connection?"
So I definitely hear that there's a soul connection there. It feels like you guys have known each other before. So I'm going to remind you, honey, that it's important that when we have connections like this, that we work through stuff, okay? And so it doesn't feel like it's all smooth sailing. It does feel like there might be a little bit of ups and downs, but that kind of goes with this relationship is what I'm hearing, okay? So just be prepared for that. But I do feel like it's a learning relationship where you guys have some stuff to go through. You could call it karmic, but it's not karma in that sense. It's more of like, this is something you guys agreed to do in this life, okay?
All right. Our next question here is from Stasha Robinson, who asks, "Do you see Napoleon and I being in a committed relationship?"
So the thing I hear with that is there's some fear. And so I would be cautious to say this is the person that I would want to be with just because of how big the fear is. Okay, honey? It is a potential, but it might feel very hard to be in a relationship with Napoleon is what I'm hearing. Okay?
All right. Our next question here is from Terry Powell, who has donated on many of the lives.
Thank you so much, Terry.
Their question is, will I be buying a house sometime next year?
Yeah, it's earlier in the year is what I'm hearing. So it's springtime, before the summer is what I hear. Okay, so your perfect property is going to be available then. Yay!
All right, and we did jump up a lot.
A lot? Okay, sure. Welcome, everybody. My name is Rebecca Dragonheart, and I am a psychic medium. Here on my lives, my readings are done by donation. So if you do want to get a reading with me, just head up to my link tree at the top of my TikTok account and just click on the donate button, and you can send a donation there, all right? When you do put a donation in, just make sure you put your name and question in with information to sellers, so then we can get you right away. All right. Mm-hmm. And as we're doing our lives, we always go through the list to let everybody know where they are in the live, just in case you can't stay for the entire process. Okay.
All right. Next on our list is Freddie, who asks, "Have I seen an angel without me realizing it? Thank you."
I hear several times. So I do feel like you have protection around you in that sense that accident-wise. So you may feel like you're almost accident prone or whatever, but it feels like there is an angelic energy around you that keeps you from having accidents specifically. Okay? So more than once you've seen them.
All right. Our next question here is from Melissa Geyer, who asks, will Mark and I have biological children together soon?
So I'm hearing with you, honey, it's going to be about 7 months before you have, before you conceive. So just be patient. It does look like it's going to happen, but you have to get yourself ready. Okay?
All right. Our next question here. Sorry, I just have to refresh it.
No, that's okay.
Our next question here is from Lisa M, who asks, how long will my relatives stay at my house?
Do you want the answer I heard? Because it was really funny. So I heard too long. I'm hearing that it's, it's either 3 weeks or 3 months is what I'm hearing. So I'm getting a 3. It does feel like it's too long for you, for sure. All right, just make sure you take time for yourself and get out. Okay, don't pull your hair out in there. That's tough. That's tough.
All right. Our next question here is from Kristen, loving my babies, who asks, do you see anything for me as far as career and my finances improving?
I do see improvement, but I'm hearing that it's later next year for you financially. I see a big shift happening. It looks like an opportunity for a job that's not quite what you've been doing. So it's something out of the norm for you, but it feels to me like it's being offered to you because of somebody you know. Okay, so just make sure you're keeping yourself open to all kinds of opportunities, not just what you think you can do. Okay, because it feels like this is something that's going to be a little bit different than what you're used to, but it's going to be very good for you financially and emotionally and just like stability wise. Okay.
All right, we do have some people asking how to donate.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you just go up into my link tree, there's a donate button and you can just pick a denomination that you'd like to donate, put your name and question in with information to seller. That way you can get on the list and we will get your questions answered.
All right. Our next question here is from Gina P, who asks, will James and me have a baby?
Yeah, I hear for you, you're going to have a baby. You're going to be pregnant quite soon, so within the next 4 months I'm hearing, and you are going to have a baby next year is what I hear. All right, keep me posted.
And our next question here is from our top gifter on the live, Socks073, who asks, is Clive going to visit me?
Yeah, I heard yes. No reservation there at all. So, yep.
All right.
All right.
Our next question here is from Linda, Irish girl, who asks, does Frank have romantic feelings for me? Will he reveal?
So it feels to me that there is a feelings starting to develop, but I do hear that it's going to be a bit of time before there's a reveal of that, okay? So just be patient. You could be a little bit more forthcoming if you'd like to be, or wait, it's really up to you. But I do feel like there are relationship things coming up for you guys. All right.
All right. Our next question here. Sorry.
That's okay. Is the internet acting okay for you?
No, it's fine.
Perfect.
Yeah. Good. All right. Our next question here is from Falderbo is the email.
Okay.
And they ask, will me and my family get this house we are waiting on?
So I do hear that it is going to happen, but it does feel like it's taking a little longer than it should, so don't panic, okay? It just feels like it might be taking longer on their end, not necessarily that it is a no, okay? Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Our next question here. 1 second.
Oh, you're just marking the ones that do more than one donation?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect.
Can you also just remind people not to spam them?
Yeah, so don't spam, guys. If you have put in a donation, you're on the list. We're going in the order as the donations are received. So just give us a little bit of time to get through everybody's names. And no matter what, you guys always get your questions answered, okay? So even if it's not here on the live and you're here till the very end, we always get you, or well, I always get you at the end. So I will always make sure to get everybody answered, okay?
All right. Our next 2 people on the list are Madison Miranda and then Tika Villa Meiser.
Okay.
So if that's you, just keep an ear out. All right. So for Madison Miranda, they ask, will Connor reach out to me and reconcile our relationship soon? When?
So I'm hearing that there is going to be communication, but I don't see a reconciliation working for you guys. Okay, so just be prepared for that, honey, because it does feel like this is a relationship that you need to not go back to. Okay.
All right. Next from Tika Villameiser is, how long for my husband to become senior manager?
It feels quick, so less than a year is what I'm hearing. So that's pretty awesome. It's something that is meant for him is the best way to put it. All right.
All right. Our next question is from one of our top gifters on the live, Tasha Lord, who asks, will I get the loan I'm waiting on?
Yeah, it does feel like you will, honey, so don't stress too much, okay? I also do feel like there's other money coming in from other places as well, okay? So don't just count on the loan being the only place that money is coming in for you, okay?
All right. Our next question is from one of our other top gifters on the live, Sammy, or definitely not Sammy, who asks, will I live in New York forever?
No, not forever. I see that changing for you towards the end is what I'm hearing. So towards the end of your life, it looks like you're going somewhere else. All right.
All right. I do see someone said you should comment how to make a donation and pin it here in the comments for newcomers.
Oh, well, that's
that, apparently.
a smart thing, isn't it? How do I do that? Can you do that?
I will see
as my moderator, yeah. Maybe. I can't see my screen well enough to
that's
do
okay.
it. It's gone dim again.
Try and see. All right. Our next question
Thank you, though. That was a great
I will definitely try
suggestion. Absolutely.
All right, our next question is from me_Ray at hotmail.com. So if that's your email, this is for you. Do I meet my forever guy this year?
Early next year is what I'm hearing. Okay, so it feels like April. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Next is from Nikki, who asks, will my job fully hire me? I'm a temp.
It does feel like you are going to... but it's not happening right away, okay? So just be patient. I do see there's going to be an opening and they are going to offer you the position, okay? But it's not happening right away is what I'm hearing. Yeah, so just give it some time. All right.
All right. Our next question is from Jess, who asks, will Robbie and I grow together romantically? Will we get into a long-term relationship? I feel he's meant to be in my life.
Yeah, I definitely feel romantic energy around you two. It does feel like it's slow in progressing to the point that you want it to, but I do feel it happening. It's more towards the end of the year where you guys are going to allow that to happen is basically what it feels like, okay? So just... give it some time. All right. You guys are definitely moving closer together.
All right.
All right.
Our next question here. There's no name, so this is an email.
So just listen for the email, okay, guys?
Our next question here is from E2S Translation, who asks, starting a new job on Tuesday. Is this a job that will recognize my talents and promote me? What do I need to know or do to succeed?
So I'm going to say this. Definitely, they're going to recognize your talent, honey. What I am going to say is don't overwork yourself because you have a tendency to do that and then you're not going to be happy in this situation. Show your abilities, your talents, be a strong worker, but don't overdo it. I do see you having the opportunity to advance, but I do hear that within 3 years, it looks like you might be moving on to a different company and doing something different, okay? So... this is a 3-year goal or plan basically for you. Okay.
I don't think I can.
You can't, eh? Yeah, I probably have to do it, but my screen is too dim for me to even see what I'm doing. So. I don't know why it does that. It's just too much light. And my phone has this like auto thing where it dims it to screen save it. I don't know.
All right. Our next question here is from Brittany Cooper, who asks, when will I get pregnant?
Early next year. So I'm hearing February for you. Okay.
All right. Yeah. Our next question here is from Lisa Palace, who asks, will Mike make the first move when, and do we have a soul connection?
So I do hear that Mike is going to make a move. I'm hearing about 4 weeks for you, so a month. You definitely have a connection. It feels like a past life relationship energy, so it feels like you guys have been together before. That's why you have such a pull to each other. Okay.
All right, our next question here is from Josh, who says, Josh here would like to know if Bree and I will get back together, and if so, roughly when? Thank you.
So Josh, I'm hearing somebody else is coming in. I'm hearing the name Sarah, and it's coming through really loud. So I'm going to tell you the name because it feels like this is somebody who's more in alignment with what you're heading for. Okay, honey? So I know that's not the answer that you wanted to hear, but that's what they want you to hear. So somebody else is coming in, okay?
Yeah. All right. Let me refresh my list. All right. Our next question here is from X3 Angelica, who asks, should I pursue the job change?
Yes. Yeah. They're screaming yes. So I'm going to say yes.
All right. Our next question is from Christine Lopat, who asks, and she sent a $20 donation.
Oh, thank you so much, honey.
Who asks, how is Jeff feeling about our relationship?
Okay, so I'm getting that the energy is confused or uncertain. It's not as stable as I would want it to be at this moment, but don't fret. It does feel like things are going to work themselves out, is what I'm hearing, okay? So I do feel like this is a situation that is meant to be, so let's work through it. Don't give up on it. Don't run away from it, that kind of thing, okay? Yeah, it can be complicated sometimes when people have uncertainty within themselves, but I do want to say it has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with Jeff. Okay.
All right, and we did just receive a $30 donation from
thank you so
Wonderglow 15, but they didn't include their question.
Oh, okay, honey. So if you can send us your question, do you know the name of the person?
Just Wonderglow 13.
Wonderglow
15.
15?
Yeah.
Wonderglow 15. Okay, so if you can put your question in, honey.
All right. Our next question here is from our top gifter, Amy, who asks, am I moving soon?
Yes. Yeah. It's going to be, I'm hearing it is this year, but it's a couple of months from now, okay? So it's not happening this month or next month, but it does feel like it's coming up. All right? I love that little July thing. July, yay! I can't believe it's already July. So crazy.
All right. Our next question here, they didn't include their name, so this is their email.
Okay.
Lungalo Kweyami 22.
Okay.
Yep, who asks, will I get a new job soon? If yes, when will it happen? And will it be a good paying job? Does my current boss appreciate me?
So I hear you're going to be changing jobs within the next 4 months. It's definitely one that's better aligned for you and better pay for you, to be quite frank. So yeah, your boss now does appreciate you, but they don't necessarily give you the monetary appreciation that you deserve, to be perfectly honest. So yeah, 4 months, you're going to be moving on. Sorry, that's the way it is. So guys, if you're doing donations, make sure you're putting your name in with and a question in with the instruction to seller, okay guys?
And someone did ask how to donate again.
Oh, perfect. I can't see my screen enough to read what is being broadcast here. So yeah, so just up in my link tree, there's a donate button. Pick whatever denomination you'd like to donate and put your name and question in. All donations are going towards getting my children's book out, The Little Light, A Soul's Journey. So I'm an indie author, which just means I'm self-publishing. And this is a book that I channeled over 20 years ago about the other side, what it looks like on the other side, what we look like on the other side, and what it's like when we're picking our lives coming into this incarnation. So it's a great book for kids to help them understand about the soul and themselves and what they really are and who we really are. It's great for adults as well. My artist is also quite spiritual, and so we did a lot of communicating about what I wanted it to translate like, and I'm very proud of the work that he's created for it. So it's definitely beautiful. All right.
All right, and I do have our list here.
Okay, wait,
so
before you do the list.
Okay.
If you do want to pre-order the book, you can go in my link tree under the little light or go to my website, www.rebeccadragonheart.com, and pre-order there as well, okay?
All right.
Now you can say your list.
Yeah, it's just a short list for now.
Okay.
So next on our list is Corey. Then we have C. Pitcher. Then we have Maria Zapita. Then we have April.
Okay, perfect.
All right. Oh, and someone just said, you told me my mortgage would go through. I found out I closed Thursday. Thank you.
Yay, congrats, honey. I'm so happy for you.
All right. So our next question here is from Corey, who donated $20.
Oh, thank you, Corey.
Their question is, will I be diagnosed with kidney cancer? What is going on with my health?
So I'm not hearing that is something that you're going to be diagnosed with, honey, but I will say this, getting your system pH balanced is important. So I'm not 100% sure what they mean by that, but maybe take a look into what that means. I'm not a doctor, so I can't diagnose you medically speaking, but there is an imbalance within your system, okay? So we have to get that balance, okay? So look into balancing your pH levels, okay?
Okay. Our next question here is from C. Pitcher, who asks, if and when will I get married, and will I have any more children?
So I'm hearing one more, and I'm hearing 2 years for you, okay? So still a couple years away, but it's going to happen, so that's good.
All right. Our next question here is from Maria Zapita, who asks, will my situation get better with Elle, and will we be finally together?
So I do hear that you guys are working towards that shift. It still feels a little bit away, so a couple of months at least before you get to where you're trying to get to relationship wise, okay? So don't be pushy is what I'm being told. So don't try to force anything, allow it to happen, okay, honey? It's really important. Okay.
All right. Our next question here is from April, who asks, when will I get married?
So I heard 2027 for you, honey. Sorry, that's how long it's going to take, but that's a good thing. You want to make sure it's the right person.
All right. Sorry, I just need to refresh
that's okay.
my list here.
Yeah, for sure. You good?
Yes.
All right.
Who was our last one? April? Okay, next is... Our next question here is from Melissa Ortiz, who asks, will my husband get sole or primary custody of his daughters in August?
I'm not hearing that that's going to happen, honey. So I do see that it's going to be shared. So it feels to me like it's equal shared. Okay? So be prepared for that. Yeah.
All right. Next we have, this is an email, so just keep your ear out.
So,
TL Divine Fish, who sent $10, and their
thanks,
question
honey.
is, do my children miss me, and will they be coming back into my life? If yes, when?
Yeah, honey, sometimes they need space to figure things out, and I do hear that that is going to happen. I'm still hearing that it's 2024, so keep sending them love energy. I do feel that they do miss you. It's just, sometimes our egos can be hurt, and that can cause us to stay away, basically. All right, so it will be a reconciliation for you guys, but it's still a bit of ways. Okay, so just keep sending love. Yeah. You know how to do that, so all right.
And just remind people not to spam.
Yeah, so if you guys have done a donation, we will get to you. Everybody is getting written down in order of receiving the donation, okay? And I always make sure I get everybody. If I don't get you on the live, you can send your questions over to my Instagram account, and I always answer everybody after the live, okay? Yeah, so you don't have to worry. We'll always get to you.
All right, I will read out our list here.
Okay.
So next we have Lilani Assad, then KK, then Amy Skeets, then Ro Daisha, then Pooja, then Stacy, then Joanne, then M Leal 9898, then we have Terry Ford, then we have Jolene Schuler.
Okay.
All right.
So if that was one of you guys, that's coming up next, okay?
All right, so for our next question, we have Lilani Assad, who asks, will Daniel and I get back together? If so, when? Will Daniel date Angela or Mary?
So I'm hearing that Daniel and you are not meant to be together, honey. I'm getting an M name for you. They're not telling me the full name, but it's somebody that starts with an M, okay? And that person's coming into your life in the next 4 months, okay?
Right. Next we have KK, who says, hi, it's KK. Will me and Jay get an apartment together this year or next year? Also, am I on the right career path? Thank you, love.
Definitely on the right career path, and I'm hearing it's 7 months for you guys, okay? So 7 months before you get into the place that you're looking for, okay?
All right. Our next question here is from Amy Skeets, who asks, last live, I was told I need to start my spiritual path as a message from my guides. What should I be doing? Can you please give me some direction? How can I strengthen my abilities?
Definitely. So I always suggest starting with communicating with your guides. I do have a whole series on my TikTok under playlists for communication with your spirit guides. For you, honey, I think learning about energy, so learning about Reiki, learning about different types of energy healings, that kind of thing, how energy works, is going to be a great start for you. This is just the starting point. So I just want you to also understand that it's not as big of a process as we think it is. Once we start opening up, our guides will start telling us where to go with things. With you, you're very intuitive, you're very empathic, and you can develop those further. You just have to start with communication with your guides. That's key to everything. All right.
All right. Someone did ask. Oh, okay. What? Never mind. It's not them.
Okay.
I hope not. At least. All right. Our next question here is from Rodisha, who asks, when will I get a bold positive pregnancy test? I keep getting a faint line. Not sure if it's positive.
Mm-hmm. So I'm hearing it's imminent for you. So that means you're going to be hearing that you're pregnant very soon, honey. Okay. So I'm not concerned. I will say this, make sure you're taking good care of yourself. Keep off your feet as much as possible and relax, okay? Yeah.
All right. Our next question here is from Pooja, who asks, thanks for the reading last week. I'm here again. For my online business, do you see it as cosmetic sales business? And when should I start this business? Next year?
So what I'm hearing for you is, yes, it's cosmetic. It's a little bit more than just cosmetic. So I do see other things there. I'm hearing you should be starting the process now. I see you doing like a soft launch this year. So end of this year, and a hard launch next year is what I'm hearing. So that basically just means that you're going to be doing not an actual launch party until next year for it, and you're just going to start slowly this year. But I feel like it's more towards the end of this year, okay? But starting now, like you got to start really moving in that direction is what they're saying.
All right. Mm-hmm. Our next question here is from Stacy, who asks, am I meant to be with Adam and move to Canada with him?
Yeah, they're telling me yes. This is the person that they sent you, okay? No more fear. So what I hear from them. So.
All right. So our next question here is from Joyanni, with a lot of E's, who asks, could you tell me how C feels about me? Will we be in a relationship?
So it does feel like there are feelings, but I feel like somebody else is coming in. I'm getting the name David. This is the person that is coming into your life that's going to be very open and receptive to you, honey. It's not that you couldn't make things happen with C, but I'm hearing that this other person is more your alignment. Okay? Yeah.
All right. Mm-hmm. Our next question here is from mleal9898 is their email. Mm-hmm. And they ask, will me and Jose ever be a happy family, or will he just keep cheating and being immature? Hopefully you see him changing, even if it's in the future.
So here's the thing. I don't see him changing with you. That's unfortunate. What I do see happening is that eventually, and it feels like way later in your guys' life, he does grow up. Things do change, but you're not going to stick around for it, is what I'm hearing. Okay, so you're going to be like, okay, I'm done. I'm not going through this circus anymore. And I'm going to tell you, somebody else is coming into your life, honey, that is going to appreciate you and honor you and just love you the way that you're meant to be loved. Okay, and that person is waiting to come into your life. You just have to be ready for them. Okay.
All right. Mm-hmm. Our next question here is from Terry, who asks, will Ricky and I end up together? And that's Terry Ford, I believe.
Okay. I'm not getting that you and Ricky are going to end up together. I hear somebody else is coming in, and they're coming in like soon. So it's around the corner. Okay.
Yeah. All right. I do see some people say that they aren't able to use the link tree.
Okay, so if you're having any issues with the link tree, sometimes that happens when there's multiple people going on at the same time. You can go to my website, www.rebeccadragonheart.com, and just go to my PayPal and just do the donation through there, okay? Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's just sometimes when there's a lot of people going on it freezes up for some people. Yeah.
All right. Our next question here is from Jolene Schuler, who asks, am I going to be successful with guardianship application?
Yeah. And you're being guided this way, so don't worry about that. Just know that it's the right thing, and you have spiritual support on the other side with it. So definitely a good thing.
All right. That was the bottom of our list there.
Okay.
Our next question here is from one of our top gifters, Danielle, who asks, will I find love and marry again?
Yeah, so I'm hearing for you, though, you're not getting into your love relationship until about 2 years from now, honey, okay? So there's some healing that has to happen, but once that does, you're going to be gold. Don't worry about that.
All right. Okay. And our next question here is from our top gifter, Sue Mommy 1967, who asks, will my husband's NFT sale out and be famous? I donated.
Thanks, honey. So what I'm hearing is that it might not be this one, but I do see there being success there eventually. Okay, so it might not be right now, but it is going to happen. So just give it some time. Okay.
All right. Our next question here on our donation list is from Amanda Lizard, who sent $20.
Oh, thank you so much.
Her question is, will I be married again? Will it be good? And when will I meet them?
So yes, you will. And it's definitely, you aren't going to let anybody in that isn't going to be the person that's right for you, is what I'm hearing. So yes, definitely. I'm getting the name Daniel. And I'm hearing for you, it's within the next 3 years, okay? That timeline can change is what I'm hearing. It just depends on you opening up faster, okay? So you got to go through and you got to go inside and heal and get rid of how you feel about the negative stuff around relationships, so then you can allow this person into your life. So the timeline feels very fluidic with you guys, okay?
All right. I do see some people are asking, how do we get a reading?
Yeah? Like a full reading or just a donation reading?
I'll do both.
Yeah. So here on the live, if you want to get a reading, just go up into my link tree under the donate button, and you can donate whatever denomination you'd like. Put your name and your question in to the instructions for seller. That way you get on the list and we know exactly what you want to ask at that time, okay? If you guys want to book a reading with me, you can also do that through my website, www.rebeccadragonheart.com. All right. And if you want to pre-order a copy of your own The Little Light, A Soul's Journey, you can do that through my website as well, and I think in my link tree as well, under The Little Light.
All right. So I'm just updating our list here.
Sure.
And I will say some people are saying that they haven't heard their name yet.
Okay. So if you haven't heard your name yet, you're still on the list, so don't worry about that. I also do post my live, so if we did get to you and you missed it, it will be up on my YouTube afterwards, okay? Yeah. And always I make sure everybody gets answered who joins my lives, okay, guys? So even if I don't do it while we're live, I will always answer afterwards. So if we get through to the end of the live and it's done, you can send your questions over to my Instagram and I will answer you there. If you don't have Instagram, you can email me, but it's easier if you do Instagram because I get a lot of emails in a day and I don't always get to all of them right away. Okay? All right.
So I will read our updated list
here.
Okay,
so listen, and this is the order of the next questions. Okay, guys?
So next we have Angel Gabby, then we have Melissa Carrascow, then we have Maria Armada, then we have Alana Graham, then we have Kimberly Norris, then we have Lightning 1054, then we have Joey Kleinhans, and then we have Kelly R. Mitchell.
Okay, perfect. So you guys are up next.
Scroll back up. All right. Angel Gabby asks, will Jose, Enrique, and I be together and happy, or when will I meet my soulmate?
So I'm not getting that Jose is your soulmate, honey. I hear somebody else is coming in. It feels like they're coming in next year for you, okay? So early in the year is what I hear, okay?
All right. Our next question here is from Melissa, who asks, and she donated $20.
Oh, thank you so much, honey.
So Melissa asks, will I find a better job soon? Leaving job after 16 years, need a change.
Definitely, and you will. I'm feeling for you, honey, this is long time waiting, okay? And you're definitely going to find something within, it's this year, so you're not waiting very long is what I'm hearing. And I do hear it's like within the next few weeks to maybe a month is what I'm hearing, okay? So just be patient. It's a good change for you. It's what you need.
All right. Our next question here is from Maria Armada, who asks, I feel sad since loss of my husband. Mm-hmm. Will I be happy again?
You will, honey, but I'm going to be honest with you. You'll probably always still miss him. That's going to be a thing. But I will tell you, there is a way to communicate with him. So always say your good mornings, always say your good nights. I do feel like he does try to communicate and he does come around, okay? So I just want you to know that. You'll find your happiness again, yeah.
All right. Our next question here is from Alana Graham, who sent $10.
Thanks, honey.
Their question is, will my ex Jackson want to get back together? Does he want the same things? If not, then when will I meet my forever person?
So I hear that there is that it is going to be an option, but I'm being cautioned from your guides that that's not something they want for you. Okay, so they don't want you going backwards is what they say. That's not my words, theirs. They want you going forward, and I do see somebody else coming into your life within the next 7 months. Okay, that is more in alignment with what you're looking for. Yeah.
All right. Mm-hmm. Our next question here is from Kimberly, who asks, will I get an apartment this week, or will I be homeless come Saturday?
I don't get the sense that you're going to be homeless, so I feel that you will find a place. Yeah.
All right. Mm-hmm. Our next question here is from Lightning1054, who asks, when will Christina get pregnant? We have been told 2 years, about 2 years ago. Will I win the lottery? Thank you.
I don't hear the lottery for you, but I do feel that pregnancy is right around the corner. I'm going to say 4 months. Okay? So you guys will know within 4 months.
All right. Our next question here is from Joey Kleinhans, who asks, will I eventually find a house in my hometown?
Yeah, but it's taking a lot longer than you want it to, is what I'm hearing. So I hear it's going to be later next year for you, okay? Yeah, I know. It sucks. It's going to take a little bit of time.
All right. Our next question here is from Kelly R. Mitchell, who sent $20.
Wow, thank you so much, honey.
Their question is, will Joey and I get together? If so, when? Thank you.
I hear within 3 weeks, so yes. Yay. It feels very happy and exciting, so that's a good thing. Make sure you keep me posted, eh?
All right. Our next question here is from one of our top gifters on the live, Jackie, who asks, will me and Benny end up together?
Yeah, it's interesting. You and Benny have some unfinished business is what I'm hearing, okay? So you guys are definitely going to end up together, and I just want you to be patient, take things slow, don't rush it, okay? Give it its natural course. All right.
All right. Mm-hmm. Our next question here is from Michelle Din, I believe, who asks, does my late husband have a message for me? That's for Michelle.
Mm-hmm. So Michelle, with you, honey, I get the sense that he's around a lot. There are other people that he does visit, but it feels like primarily with you. Mostly at night, he tries to get your attention. So I want you to really quiet yourself at night. I feel like he's very close by. So I feel him, on your right side. And I feel like he tries to touch you, he tries to get your attention, he tries to make noise, he does a lot to let you know he's still around. The main message I get is that I'm not leaving you unless you want me to, and I've got your back, I'm looking after you, even though I'm not physically there anymore, is what I hear from him, okay? He does tell me also he plays with thank you, honey, the radio or something to do with, like, sound going off, and it's so, like, doing it for no reason, but it's him claiming that it's him, okay? So that's just his way of validating that he's still around you, okay, honey? Yeah.
All right. Someone did ask, how do we donate from the website?
Yeah, so if you go to my website and go to PayPal, I think you can there should be a donate button on my website that says PayPal. Yeah.
And that's under the little light.
Is it under the little light? Thank you. I don't set up my website. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
Under the little light. Yeah, there it is. Because that's what we're raising the funds for anyways. But yeah. Thanks.
All right.
It's a good thing I have a team, hey?
Our next batch of names here. Our next question will come from Jay Lamplu. Then we have Kristen Faulkner. Then Karen Schneider. Then Joe Bryan. Then Carmen. Then Lisa or Bella86OC.
Okay.
Then Lil Craft and Sass.
I like that.
Then Deshanti Barron. Then Yoli Meyer. And then Tracy.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And if you haven't heard your name, don't panic, because we're still going through lots.
Still on the list.
All right, what did I say?
All right.
J. Lamploo.
Yes, that was the last.
All right.
Or first.
And they sent $20. So
thank you so much.
I'll read the email again. J. Lamploo at lrhsd.org.
Okay.
And their question is, when will I retire from education?
So you feel like you're still there for another few years is what I'm hearing, okay, honey? So just not yet. Sorry, they're telling me not yet. 4 years at the earliest is what I'm hearing for you. Okay?
All right. Our next question is from Kristen Faulkner, who asks, when will Keith and Mia adopt and get full custody of Carmen? Will Robert show up to court in July?
Yeah, I do hear the finalizing of it is happening in 2023, but it feels a little bit later, okay? So just keep your focus. Try to keep yourself cool and calm and collected. It's really important, okay? How you represent is super important. They're watching. Okay, honey?
All right. Sorry, some people are just asking about the questions. Someone asked, where do I post the question if I donate through the website?
So just, there should be a spot where you can put a message on PayPal.
Or instructions?
I think it says message on PayPal.
Okay.
Yeah, usually you can put a message in there and just put it in there. If you can't do it that way, then I guess you got to send it here on on TikTok with your email so that we could just confirm you. Okay, but I'm pretty sure you can put it in messages.
And someone asked, is this only paid readings?
Yes, unfortunately, I'm raising funds for my children's book, and so I'm focusing on just people who are paying because there's a lot of you guys on, so yeah.
All right. Our next question here is from Karen Schneider, who asks, will Howard come back to my life, and what kind of connection do we have?
So it does feel like you guys have unfinished business. So I do feel Howard coming back in. It feels to me like you guys have a soul-to-soul contract, which means that you have preordained this to happen. Okay, so it's going to be a different kind of relationship is what I'm hearing. So it's not necessarily how you, bless you, honey. It's not necessarily how you want it to be, but it is how you planned it, if that makes any sense. Okay, so here consciously you're like, that's not how I want it, but on your soul level, this is how you planned it. Okay, you guys have unfinished business and it has to be worked through. Okay.
All right. And for Kristen Faulkner, she said you didn't answer if Robert would show up to court.
Yeah, I do feel like he will. Yeah, I know. It'd be so much easier if he didn't. But unfortunately, he's got a little bit of an ego. Yeah.
All right. And some people are asking what will happen if they don't get their question answered right now.
So if you don't get answered on the live while we're live, you can send your question over to my Instagram, and I answer right after I'm done the live. I go through and answer everybody, usually over for the next 24 hours because there's that many. So I'll go through and answer them. So on my Instagram, and if you don't have Instagram, you can email me, but Instagram is better because I get a lot of emails in a day. After my lives and stuff, I get emails all the time. So it's better if you send it over to Instagram, okay? But I will answer everybody.
All right, our next question here is from Joe Bryan 1966, that's their email, who asks, will I ever find my soulmate?
Yeah, so I'm hearing that your soulmate's coming into your life, not this September, but next September for you, okay, honey? So, yeah.
All right, and we're at the bottom of our list now, I think. Oh, no, we still have a few more.
Okay.
All right. Next is Carmen, who asks, hi, Rebecca. Will I see Luis Angel Garcia again? He's a good friend that I miss having around.
I do feel like it will happen, but not for a while is what I'm hearing, okay? So, yeah, you guys will see each other again. Yeah.
All right. Our next question here is from Lisa, or Bella86OC, who sent $20.
Oh, wow. Thank you
and
so
their
much,
question is, hello, will my lungs improve? Will the DRS figure out what's going on? Thank you.
Yeah, and you know, I'm being told there's spores, honey. So go get your lungs checked for that. Yeah. But it is something you will get help for. Yeah.
All right. Our next question here is from a little Craft and Sass who sent
that.
$20.
Thanks, honey.
And their question is, anything for me? Just general. I'm just curious in general. Thanks.
Yeah, so you have a huge support team, spiritually speaking, honey. You are meant to do some big things, so time to start doing them. I mean, you are doing it. You're taking baby steps, but you're not opening or allowing it as much as you could, is what they say. Okay, so let go, let loose, be the person you're here to be. You have a lot of ancient ancestral energy with you, which means that's what you got to be tapping into. Okay, so just let them in. Yep.
All right. Our next question here is from Deshanti, who sent $10.
Thank you, honey.
And their question is, I know Cam is my soulmate. Is he my twin flame? Will Cam text me soon? If not, when? Has he been missing me? And will we get back together soon? If so, when? Has he been talking to other girls? That's a lot of questions.
So I'm just going to give you the information that they want me to give you. So Cam is definitely somebody who is connected energetically with you, honey, but not the person that you're supposed to be with, is what I hear. Okay, so you do have somebody else that's coming into your life that is much more in alignment, who's not going to put you through the ringer, who's not going to be on off. Okay, so this next person coming into your life, I'm hearing, is coming in within the next 4 to 5 months for you, but you've got to really work on yourself and get rid of this this energy around relationships specifically. Okay, so you deserve this new relationship that's coming in. Okay.
Yeah. All right. I do believe we might be at the bottom. Yeah, that was the bottom of our list.
So,
all right, so refresh. This will be our new list.
Okay. We're on to the next one, so listen for your names, guys, okay?
1 second here.
That's okay.
If you want to just go over everything a little bit.
For sure. Yeah, while you're writing your list. Yeah. Absolutely. So my lives are really about helping me to get my children's book out. So my book is called The Little Light, A Soul's Journey, and it's a book that I channeled over 20 years ago. This book is basically a map of what the other side is like, what we look like on the other side, what the other side looks like, what it looks like as we're coming into incarnation, and then as we get here. It's a great book for anybody who wants to help their kids stay awake and understand what they truly are. Because we're not this meat suit, right? We're energy beings, we're souls living a human experience, not the other way around. And so I wrote this to help kids stay open. I didn't have anything like this when I was growing up, and it was very difficult because I was very different from anybody else, and I had no understanding of why or how. Okay, so that's kind of what this is all about. And I call it a children's book, but it's great for adults as well. If you do want to pre-order a copy, you can do so through my link tree under the little light, or on my website, www.rebeccadragonheart.com, under the little light, of course. You can also book a reading with me. I do email questions. I also do members lives, which I do at the end of every month. With the members live, the way that works is we do it over Zoom. So you get to do a face-to-face, and it's a small group of people, so it's limited. I cap it. I don't let it be any bigger than what we can do in the time frame that's allotted for us. Okay, guys? That's all the stuff that you guys can do with me. Alrighty.
All right. Our new list here. Next on the list is Yoli Meyer. Okay. Then we have Tracy Cuddy1124. Then we have Veronica Cadena. Then we have Cynthia Fluker.
Okay.
Then we have Amy Sjoerdsma. Yes, I believe that's how you say that. Then we have, 1 second here, Jean or Jeanne, I'm not sure. Then we have Dana W. Then we have Carla.
Okay. All right. So you guys are next.
Yeah. All right. So this question is for Yoli Meyer. That's what they put. 1 second while I scroll back up.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Got it?
All right. Yoli Meyer asks, when will I find a new love?
So for you, honey, it's early next year is what I'm hearing, okay? It's more in the springtime. Be ready for it, though, I'm hearing, and get out of the house and start doing things. That's how you're going to meet them, is outside. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Hang on a second. Someone, Pooja, missed their first question answered.
Okay, so it is going to be uploaded to my YouTube, honey. If you missed your question, I know that can happen sometimes when you're waiting, okay? So afterwards, once it downloads from TikTok, I will upload it to my YouTube, and you can go over there and you can take a look at it there, okay, honey?
Mm-hmm. And as always, you can send their questions to Instagram, right?
Yeah, and if we miss you here on the live, you can always send your questions afterwards to my Instagram, okay?
And
but we're still here for a bit. Yeah, and if you've donated multiple times, we're going through the first donations first, and then we go back. We don't always make it to the second and third donations, so you can always send your questions over, and just make sure you put your email in so that I can confirm that you donated, okay?
All right. Our next question here is from Tracy Cuddy1124.
Okay.
Who asks, will I find love soon? If so, name or initial. Thank you so much.
So I'm hearing a D, and I'm hearing for you it's next year, okay? So it's not happening this year. You don't have the time or space for it. So it's not time for you yet, okay?
All right. Our next question here is from Veronica, who asks, will my situation with JL become serious? Will we get married?
So it feels to me like there's a lot of resistance around this union, okay? So I think it's not necessarily meant to be, but it feels like one of you is trying really hard to make it happen. I feel like this is definitely not the person that you're meant to be with for the rest of your life, honey. I feel like somebody else is coming in. This might be a temporary situation, okay? So just be prepared for that. Okay?
All right. Our next question here is from Cynthia, who asks, will Alex and I reconcile? If so, when? If not, when will the right person come in?
So I see communication happening, but I don't see you guys getting back together, honey. That's unfortunately not the path for you, okay? I'm hearing somebody else is coming in. They're showing me S, so the name starts with an S, and this person's coming in within the next 6 months is what I'm hearing, okay? So it's not this year. It'll be the beginning of next year for you, okay?
All right. Our next question here is from Amy, who asks, will I get the job with the company that I want? Is this the best path and role for my future?
And it's Amy what?
Amy Swordsma.
Okay. Sorry, the question is, when is she going to...
Will I get the job with the company that I want? Is this the best path and role for my future?
So, yeah, it's definitely the best path for you. I'm hearing for you it's not until 4 months from now. Okay? So keep going, keep trying. Something's opening up in 4 months for you. That's what I'm hearing. Okay?
All right. 1 second.
It's so hard. You have to multitask all these different screens. Eh?
That's okay. Our next question here is from Jean or Jeanne, who asks, should I change careers?
So I'm being told not yet. It feels to me like the change that you're going to be having isn't going to happen until, so we're in July, August, September, October, November, December, January. So January for you. Okay, so hang on until then. Yeah. Timing is everything is what I'm being told to tell you, okay, honey? So don't jump the gun.
All right.
All right.
Our next question here is from Dana W., who asks, what is the most important message that would assist me, and when will I be with my divine life partner? Thank you.
I love that. I love the way you asked that question. So, honey, trusting your intuition first and foremost, okay? Because a lot of times you get a lot of information and you will override it. So that is one of the main things that they want you to learn not to do. If you get a feeling about somebody, regardless of whether they've proven that they are somebody you need to caution yourself with or not, you need to trust that intuition, okay? So practice that more. I see you having your soul partner coming in 2 years. So 2024 is what I'm hearing for you, okay?
All right. Our next question here is from Carla, who asks, will George and I reconcile in July?
I'm not hearing a yes for that, honey. I'm getting the name Christopher coming in, so I think somebody else is coming in. Yeah.
All right. And I will read our top gifters question here. Perfect. Just because I believe they're
having to leave?
Yeah.
Okay.
So our top gifter Gladys asks, am I pregnant now? If not, will it happen soon? Thank you.
So you will be this year is what I'm hearing. I don't think you are yet, honey. I feel like you're going to be, though. The energy is around you, and it's literally waiting for its opportunity. So you will be this year for sure. Yeah.
That was for Gladys.
For Gladys, that's right. Thanks, honey.
All right. Our next question here, I believe that was the end of our list. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I'm just trying to remember what the last name was. Yeah.
Our next question here is from, this is a email, so just keep your ear out. Sean2733, SHON, who asks, will my husband's business be successful and get us out of this financial crisis?
So it is going to be patient though, because it's not overnight. So I do feel like it's something that's going to have to grow slowly, but it is going to happen, all right? And you guys are going to be fine. Within the next few years, you're going to see a drastic difference in your financial levels, is what I'm hearing, okay? So just be patient, honey, and give it time.
All right. I've got to refresh our list.
All right. What's that?
It's a lot.
That's okay. We'll get through it. Get through it together.
I do believe someone pre-ordered the book.
Yay.
Yes, from Christine.
Yay.
She pre-ordered the book.
Thank you, Christine.
I believe that's what that is.
Yes, I should also say anybody who orders early and helps support early gets a special edition. So you're going to get, it's got gold leaf on the writing, but then also on the pages. So we're only going to be doing 2,000 copies that are going to be the special edition, and they will be signed by me, so they will be personalized for you guys. So anybody that supports early gets a little extra love.
All right.
Oh, sorry, honey.
Have some new people on here.
Oh,
and someone asked how much are they for pre-ordering?
For pre-order, it depends on which ones you want. So you can get one copy, you can get 2 copies. I think they're 30% off, and then a hardcover. So it just depends on which one you would like to get. You can just click it on my link tree and then go and take a look at the whole campaign. All right.
Yes.
All right. Got your list now?
Kind of. So our next question will come from Secret Santa PL. Ooh, my ear just started ringing. Then Robin Cooper. And then Marin. Yes.
Marin or Marion?
Yeah, no, Marin. They put it in brackets, how to pronounce it.
Perfect.
Then we have Alexa Bot.
Okay.
It's just their email. Okay. Then Ashley O. Then we have Jackie.
Okay.
And that's it for now.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
So if that was you guys, listen for your questions. So Secret Santa's the first one?
Yeah, Secret Santa PL 2016 asked, and they sent $20.
Oh, wow, thank you.
And they ask, will my e-commerce business take off soon? Thank you.
Yeah, I'm hearing that it's going to really towards the end of the year, you're going to see a huge incline is what I'm seeing. And then for 2023, it just seems to be getting bigger and bigger and bigger, honey. So just be patient. It's definitely going to be successful for you, okay? I know that there's a part of you that's like, I'm ready to give up, but don't give up is what I'm hearing, okay?
All right. And I do see some people are just spamming about donating.
Yeah.
So if you sent more than one donation, I'm sure that we've gotten it, but we are going through all of the first ones first. Yeah.
So the way that I prioritize is all first-time donations first. If you've done multiple donations, you can, I feel safe enough to say it's probably easier if you just send your question over to my Instagram now, because I usually don't get through the entire list through the live. So I do my Instagram questions in order of receiving. So if you did more than one donation, send your questions over there, because I won't probably get to them during the live, just because the live is usually quite busy and full. Okay, honey? Put your question in and your email on my Instagram account, okay? Yeah, and you don't have to worry. I promise you, everybody always gets their answers, whether it's on the live or afterwards, okay? I focus, as soon as I'm done the live, I'm on my Instagram and I'm answering everybody in the order that I receive it as well, okay?
All right, our next question here is from Robin, who asks, I can't stop thinking about Karen. Is she missing me?
Yeah, I do feel like there is, there's definitely a lot of energy around that, okay? So stay open, basically. I don't feel like the door is closed. That's the best way to put it.
All right. Our next question here is from Marin, who says, "Hi, Marin here. I quit my job a month ago and I'm still trying to figure things out. Will I have a stable income soon? Also, any chance of love coming into my life soon? Keegan, maybe?"
So what I'm hearing for you for work, honey, it feels like it's about 2 months away before you find the place that's going to be your happy home. Okay? So where you're going to enjoy going to work every day, that's about 2 months away. And I do hear somebody coming in. I'm not getting the sense that it's Keegan. I hear somebody else is coming in for you, okay, honey? And that's this year. So it's coming right away. Yeah. All right.
All right. Our next question here is from Alexa Bot, who asks, "You are amazing. Quick question. Should I go back to teaching as a profession? Thank you."
Yeah, I'm very drawn to it, but I feel like you're going to be doing teaching in a different way. So it's not going to be the way that you've done it before. Put your feelers out is what I'm being told to say. So check different teaching availabilities. I don't know what they mean by that, but there's different ways for you to be able to do it. So don't go back to the old way of doing it is what I'm hearing. Yeah.
All right. Our next question here is from Ashley O, who asks, "Is Gary the one?" I think that's Gary, Geri. Jerry. Ashley O, "Is Jerry the one, or what's the initial of the person who is?"
So I'm hearing for you, it's I'm getting a whole name. So I hear Chris, okay, and it's like the normal spelling of it. So that's who I get for you. And they're somebody who's already around you. So they're already somehow in your experience, in your life. Okay.
All right. Our next question is from Jackie, who asks, "Will me and Benny be together eventually?"
Yeah, I do hear that for sure. And honey, just be brave. You can also push that forward. It doesn't have to just all be waiting until Benny wakes up. That's the way to put it. All right, so ask him out. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
We just got to refresh our list here. All right. Our next question is from Gareth, who asks, "When will I find my soulmate / forever person? Thank you."
So I'm hearing for you it's 7 months from now. Okay. There's just some space you have to make, basically. So be ready for them. You're not yet. Okay.
All right. I will read out our list here in just 1 second.
No problem.
Yes. All right. Our next person on the list is Franco Blanco. Then we have My Three Boys, which is their email.
Okay.
And then we have Lori. Then we have Russell Claudia, or Claudia Russell, I'm not sure. Then we have Simran Dacia. Then we have Hannah. Then we have CK Cotrain. Then we have Lynn. Then we have Kelly R. Mitchell. And then we have Hanan.
Okay. Right. There you go, guys. So that's the order of the next questions. Okay, guys?
All right. So Franco.
And if you can, do a last name for some of the common ones, okay?
Yeah, but some of them
don't have it? Yeah. So maybe just their email as well, just so that they can identify when it's theirs.
Yeah. All right. For Franco Blanca, they sent $20.
Oh, wow. Thank you, honey.
And their question is, "Hello, do you see me passing my certification exam and moving on? And will it be soon? Thank you."
Yeah. It's happening this year for you. So, yes, I do feel like it's going to be, you're going to pass. No worries. Okay? Let that stress go. I know it's hard sometimes, but let it go. All right.
My Three Boys asks, "Will I get my back pay and when?"
Yeah, I'm hearing that you are going to get the back pay, but it feels delayed for some reason. So there might be just some paperwork issues or something happening with the paperwork. Okay. So, let me just see. I'm hearing it's not until early next year for you, honey. So if you're hoping for it before then, I'm hearing it's not happening till next year for you. Okay. All right.
All right. Our next question here is from Lori, who asks, "When will I leave my current job and will I work for Dave?"
So I'm hearing that it's happening this year. It's happening, I feel like it's around November. Okay. The working for Dave part feels a little bit not sure, so I don't think that's where you're heading. I feel like there's something else that's going to come up for you. Okay.
All right. Next we have Russell Claudia, or Claudia Russell, who asks, how does David feel about me? Is he in love with me? And when will he reach out?
So I feel like there are feelings. I'm not sure that David is very good at understanding how he feels. So I think you need to help him understand, because he has a hard time with expressing himself is what I'm hearing. Okay. I feel like for reaching out, you probably won't connect until about 3 weeks. Okay.
All right. Our next question here is from Simran Dasia, who asks, will Robin and I get married? If yes, when?
Yeah, I heard yes. So I'm hearing it's like beginning of 2024 for you guys. Okay. There you go. Keep me posted.
All right. Next we have Hannah, who asks, when and who will I finally have a happy, healthy relationship with?
So I'm not hearing the full name. I'm getting an A, so I'm just gonna give you that as the initial. For some reason, they're not saying the whole name to me. I feel like that person is coming in later in the spring, so not the beginning part of the year, but the later part of spring is what I'm hearing for you. Okay, so just be ready.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Who is this? La Madrina.
What?
1 second. Will it be soon? We just answered a question and someone asked. Oh yeah. For Franco Blanca, they said, thank you for answering my question. My second part was, will it be soon? Sorry, I'm just anxious. Do you see me passing my certification exam?
Yeah, no, I felt it this year. Yeah, I did say that in the answer for you, honey.
Just missed it.
Yeah.
All right, we just did Hannah, right? Next we have CK Cotrain, who asks, is James my soulmate? Will we be together, and is he in love with me?
So I definitely feel like you guys are a vibrational match. I wouldn't say this is the one, but you could make this relationship work and it would feel good and it would still be close enough is what I'm hearing, but it's not necessarily the exact match that you're looking for. Okay, so just be aware of that. There's definitely feelings, honey, so I wouldn't worry there. Okay.
All right. Next we have Lynn Bass, who asks, what do I need to know about my connection with Aki or Aki? I'm not sure. AKI.
So it feels to me like you guys have some stuff to deal with, some leftover stuff. It feels like past life stuff. It's nothing from here. Like, I don't feel like there's like a connection for you guys this life in that sense. It's more like we have to fix the energy between us to be able to both move forward without this energy holding us back, basically. So it feels to me like this is the last experience with you two together, and it's almost your goodbye life, basically. Probably not what you wanted to hear, but that's what I'm feeling for you guys. Okay, so just be prepared for that. Okay.
All right. And there are some people saying that they have to go, but they did donate. So.
Okay. So if you have to go and we didn't get to your question, you can send it over to my Instagram and I will answer it after I'm done the live. Okay. Sometimes it does take 24 hours for me to get through everybody, but I will get through and make sure everybody gets answered. Okay.
And just include your name and your...
Yes, please include your name and your email with the question, just so that I can verify the donation, okay? Because those are the only questions that I answer, the ones that have donated, okay? All right. Thank you so much for joining me.
All right. Our next question here is from Kelly R. Mitchell, who sent $20.
Oh, thank you so much, honey.
Their question is, what are my gifts? What do I need to focus on? Thank you.
So you are an empath and you're also clairaudient, which means you hear things, but they also show me, honey, that you have the ability to heal with energy as well. I'm also hearing you're a starseed, so I would really look into what does that mean for you. You have a bigger purpose for being here, you're opening up to who you are, and by next year what I'm seeing for you is you're going to be doing more of your divine work and why you're here, okay, honey? But really working on your empathic and your clairaudient skills more than anything. And then of course they show the hands, so you could do hands-on healing if you wanted to, okay? It's a lot to learn about, but because you're a starseed, it happens quickly. All right. Mm-hmm.
Next on our list is Hanan. Then we have Cami Ray, just because I have to update our list here.
Yeah.
Then we have Michelle. Then we have Helen. Then we have, one second.
Mm-hmm.
Me, Ray Ray.
I like it.
Then we have El Bro Braun. Yeah.
Okay.
Then we have Taikisha Scott.
Okay.
All right. So our next question here is from Hanan, who asks, one second.
Mm-hmm.
They say, I'm Hanan. How do you see my career and future works? Anything soon will happen?
So I see they're showing me literally a tidal wave, which means that you're about to take off. Whatever it is you're doing, it feels to me like it's about to be very successful, honey. So get out of your own way is what I'm hearing, okay? And just allow the flow to happen. You're meant to have some abundance. You're meant to have success, honey, and you just have to let it in, okay? So just let the flow happen, and it will. Yeah. Okay.
And I sent another donation right after. It just came up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they say, who is my soulmate and when will I meet him? Any described him or name?
So I see a T for the name. I'm seeing that, you know, the connection's not happening until next year, so not yet. Okay, so just be patient. I feel like it's a social gathering, so it might be with some friends, or, you know, maybe you're invited to a dinner or something, but it feels like it's a social gathering with people you know. Okay?
All right. Our next question here is from Cami, who asks, just general message, please. Do my guides or dad have a message? And who keeps touching my left cheek, please?
So I feel your dad touches you a lot, just to let you know that he's there. So I feel that, but I also feel like, you know, stroking your hair, putting your hand on the shoulder. He stands behind you a lot. He also does dream with you, so he visits you in your dreams, honey. What I want to say to you is you are very aware, you're very psychic, you're very open, and your guides have been communicating with you a lot. They use numbers to communicate with you specifically, so when you see those numbers, you want to go back in and got to think, what was I just thinking, feeling, or saying in that moment, because that's their way of validating, okay? You are a very open person, honey, so it's time to step into that and start using your gifts a little bit more, okay? I know it's hard because you don't know exactly what it is you're supposed to be doing, but just start by practicing using your gifts, okay? All right.
Our next question here is from Michelle, who asks, will my disability finally go through this year? And I have health issues. Any insight as to what's going on? My father-in-law has been put in hospice. Any idea of a timeline? And they sent $10.
Okay. So what I'm hearing for you, honey, I'm getting it's autoimmune. So that means that your body is literally attacking itself. So what helps with that is cutting out any processed foods and any processed sugar. So do more natural sugars if you can. So like maple syrup, unpasteurized honey, that kind of stuff. That will help you quite a lot. I'm hearing to tell you to be prepared with your father-in-law, okay? So just be ready, as that does feel very soon. What was the other part of your question?
Disability finally go through this year?
Yeah, so I do feel that is going to happen, but it feels a little bit later than you were expecting. So it's not happening like this month or next month. It feels a little bit later in the year. Okay?
All right. Our next question here is from Helen, or Fashioton.
Okay.
And their question is, will I ever lose weight for good, and how can I do it?
So I want you first to understand why you have it. So it does feel like some of it's emotional. I know that I don't know if they've checked your system to make sure, but it does feel like you might have a little bit of a hormone imbalance. So if you can get that checked and get that balanced, that would be very helpful. I do see you being able to get a handle on it, honey, and I do see that you are going to get to a healthier state. It's just going to take understanding why it's happening, okay? So just get the help that you need, the proper help that you need, okay? Yeah.
All right. Our next question here is from me, Ray, who asks, do I buy a house or condo this year?
Oh, I heard condo right away. So not a house, get a condo. Yeah. Some of them, they just shout it fast.
All right. Our next question here is from L Bro Braun, who sent $30.
Wow, honey, thank you so much.
And their question is, careers for myself and spouse, and book ready to publish. Will it be popular?
Yeah, so it's interesting that you're saying career for yourself and your spouse, because it feels like you're starting something. You feel self-employed, so I don't know if you are already or not, but that's what it feels like, and that's where your success is like you're self-employed. The book is definitely going to be successful, just you have to give it momentum and allow that to happen, okay? So social media platforms as much as possible, and get yourself out there so people know what it is, okay? It's definitely going to be a helpful thing. Okay, but I see a lot of success for you, and I'm hearing for you 2024 is your big year for finances, so that's where you're going to see a lot of shift with your money, okay, and positive. All right.
Our next question here is from Taikisha Scott, and this will be the end of our list for now.
And then you have to renew it.
Yep.
Okay.
So Taikisha Scott from Alabama, who's donated on pretty much every
live. Yep. Hi, Taikisha.
Next question is, I know you told me it'll be a different person coming into my life. How can I make it work with Diego, my partner, now to be my lifetime partner, my soulmate?
So the thing is with you guys, it feels like you're doing a lot of shifting and changing, and Diego's not necessarily catching up. And I feel like that's probably part of the reason why it's not working or not going to work out long term. Now, how do you change that? I guess in a lot of ways you can make it work by finding other people to fill that energy for you, so that it's not having to be your partner, okay? So if you have other people in your life that can fill spots that Diego can't, that can help in a relationship, but I still feel like this isn't the one that's gonna be forever. Sorry, honey.
All right. Also, we have 9 minutes
left. Okay. So 9 minutes. So don't panic, guys. If we don't get to you during the live, please send all your questions over to my Instagram account. If you did multiple donations, please give me your name and your email that you used to donate with, so that I can validate, okay? I always answer everybody. It does take me a little bit of time sometimes, but I always get to all of you before the end of 24 hours, basically. All right.
Our new list, there's only 3 names so far.
Oh, good. Okay.
But our new list is, next is Nikita Linen, then we have Amanda Lavana, then we have Ashley Hunter.
Perfect.
All right, so Nikita Linen asks, when will I meet the right one, and who would it be, or letter of the person?
So I'm hearing it's going to be early next year for you, and I'm getting an M. Yeah, M is what I'm hearing. So, but it's early next year for you, so it's happening soon. Yeah.
Okay. Our next question is from Amanda, who asks, I wanted to ask, will the man I am with now will we end up getting married? Thank you.
So you guys definitely feel vibrationally matched. You both have the same wants, needs, and desires, and you have the same goals and aspirations in your life. So you're definitely moving in the right direction for it being a long-term, permanent relationship. I get the sense that you guys will get married for sure, but it's not for 2 years, is what I'm hearing. Okay.
All right. Our next question here is from Ashley Hunter, who says, this question is for my brother Corey. He wants to know where his life / situation will be by the end of the year. Thank you.
So it does feel like there's a lot of upheaval, a lot of chaos happening right now. I hear by November for him, it feels more stable. Somebody stepping in and giving assistance is what I'm hearing and being told. Okay. So it's not like right now it feels like I'm doing a lot of trying to get things on my own, and I hear somebody stepping in to help. Okay, so it's gonna be better. Let them know that. All right.
This is so funny. Someone just said, I donated at 12:06. I said, what's your name? They sent their name in this right here.
Hilarious. It's your turn. Okay, so who is this?
Morgan Dawkins.
Okay.
So funny.
Good timing.
Yeah.
That just shows alignment right there. Good job, Morgan.
All right. So their question is Levi watching my Instagram stories through a third-party source or my profile in general?
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah. You already know that, though. But definitely, there's not much that you can do to alter that, unfortunately. Yeah.
All right.
That's sexy.
Mm-hmm. Can you just remind people not to spam?
Yeah, don't spam, guys. If we don't get to you during the live, you can always send your questions over to my Instagram, and I will answer every single one of you, I promise.
Mm-hmm. All right. Our next question here is from KM Robinson, who sent $20.
Wow, thank you so much, honey.
Their question is, will Luke's roommate situation work out, or will it be drama? Will love come into my life?
So, I heard drama. It doesn't feel like it's working out. So just keep your sanity as much as you can. Keep away from the situation as much as you can. I know it's tough sometimes, but yeah, just, as much as you can, keep your sanity. I hear a love relationship for you is coming. I'm not hearing that it's this year. It feels to me like it's a little bit later next year for you, okay? So it feels more into the fall, winter time, okay? So just be patient. Timing is everything.
All right. Just updating our list.
Oh, thank you, honey.
All right. Our new list here. Our next question will come from Portia Perkins. Then we have Scheidbrink. I think that's Marie, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
Then we have Mariah Maymaridis. That's a cool name.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have Hospice Nurse Shawnee. Then we have... one second.
Mm-hmm.
Yadira. Then we have Edwina. Then Susan. Then we have Cabria 3 Passion. And that's it for now.
Good.
All right. So Portia Perkins. That's okay. I wasn't sure if you just wanted my attention or not.
This table's short.
All right, Portia Perkins asks, will Bobby and I have kids together? Any timing?
Yeah, I'm hearing for you, it's early next year you're going to be pregnant, honey. And I'm hearing 2 children for you. So it's definitely happening.
Yeah. All right. Our next question here is from M. Scheidbrink, who asks, love question, will there be movement with Justin, and will there be any kind of future with him? I'm confused. Mm-hmm. Also, I love you.
Oh, thanks, honey. So, here's the thing. It feels like it's a long-term relationship, but not your forever relationship. So this feels like a relationship that's kind of an on-again, off-again kind of energy. It feels to me like Justin has issues committing or dealing with feelings. So, yeah, it's going to be kind of hard for you, okay? Somebody else is going to be coming into your life that is a lot more in alignment is what I'm hearing, but not until next year. Okay, so this person that you're with now, the reason why it feels confusing is because in their heart they're on and off. Like they're there and then they're not there. They're there and then they're not there. And that's a hard place to be. So you could stay. That's what I'm hearing to tell you. You could stay and it would be long term. Or you could move on and you will find a partner that's much more in alignment with you. Okay?
All right. Our next question here is from Mariah Maymaridis, or Maria, I'm not sure. And they ask, will I have more kids? If so, what are their genders and when? Thank you.
Yeah, so I'm hearing 2 for you, and I get a girl and then a boy. Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Next we have Hospice Nurse Shawnee, who asks, when do you see our boy Kingston come back to our family?
So I'm hearing 2023, so next year for you guys. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah.
All right. Our next question here is from... Sorry, I just have to go through.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. And we only have 3 minutes left, so...
Yeah. All right, our next question is from Yadira, who asks, will I get back with Adrian? If so, when?
So it does feel like you guys will get back together. I'm hearing that it's like the end of the summer, so it's not during summertime, but just towards the end of it. So maybe September is what I'm getting. Yeah, it feels like around there. Be patient. Give it time.
All right. Our next question here is from Edwina, who asks, does Tom have feelings for me? Will he tell me how he feels soon, and will we be together? What did he think about me texting him last night? And she sent $10.
Definitely, I feel there's, I'm glad that you did the text. The energy feels good, so it's not a bad thing. Thinking is what I'm hearing, so there's a lot of thinking going on. Always be honest and open. I do feel like you guys are going to have a relationship. It's going to happen. Just don't be too pushy is what I get. Okay, so give him the time to also respond and open up. Don't be asking, you know, what do you think about what I said, that kind of stuff. Like, just give him time. I feel like you guys will come together. Okay, honey, so just be patient. All right.
All right. Our next question here is from Susan, who asks, does Joe have feelings for me? Who is my soulmate? When or how will I meet him?
So Joe doesn't feel like he's the one for you. I'm not getting that at all. I'm getting like, I think it's Anthony, or yeah, I think it's Anthony. That's the name of the person that comes up for you. And I feel like that person's coming into your life 2024. So it's more towards the beginning of the year, not too late in the year, okay? But you have to make space for them. If you don't make the space for them, it's not gonna happen until way later. So open yourself up to having somebody come into your life and knowing that things are gonna change for you, okay?
All right.
Yeah.
Our next question here is from Capria3Passion, who asks, hey, what's going on with Terrell? How does he feel about me since we separated? If we will reconcile, when?
I don't get a reconciliation happening. I do see communication happening, but I don't get the sense that you guys are going to be back together, okay? So just be ready for that. Somebody else is coming in. I do feel that there is feelings, but yeah, you guys aren't meant to be together. Sorry, honey. Okay.
All right, and I do believe we have time for one last question.
Okay, so if you guys do want to pre-order a copy of The Little Light, you can do so through my Linktree or through my website, www.rebeccadragonheart.com. You can also book a reading with me if you'd like to, or email questions, whatever you'd like to do, okay? I really appreciate all of your guys' support. Anybody who did donate during this live, if I haven't gotten to you or you donated multiple times, please send your questions over to my Instagram account, and as soon as I'm done the live, I will start answering everybody. Please put your email that you use to do the donation in with your questions so that I know who you are, okay? And I can verify. This will be the last question for the live, but I will answer all your questions over on the Instagram account, okay, guys?
All right. Our last question here is from Lafayette, who asks, is Anthony watching my social media page? If so, why is he in my social media page? Is he using to watch? Oh, yeah. Since he does not have social media, is he using it to watch my page?
So I get the sense that, yeah, it feels like unfinished energy. Like I'm almost addicted is how it feels. So yeah, not necessarily a good reason, but that's what I'm getting the sense of, is like, I can't stop myself. I can't stop looking, basically. So just be careful, cautious how you do proceed, okay? Don't be sharing locations or things like that. It's really important. All right, guys, if you have questions that have not been answered, please head over to my Instagram. For those of you who might have missed your question, I will be uploading the video on my YouTube channel after it downloads from TikTok, okay? I will be back again. I think I will be back on Wednesday. I have to confirm that, but I will be back on this week, okay? Love you guys. Happy, how do I say it? 4th of July? 4th of July, is that how you say it there? Yes. Happy 4th of July. Enjoy your 4th of July, guys, okay? I know it's usually a big bash. I'm Canadian, so we already did ours. But have a great weekend, long weekend, whatever. Love you guys. And go pre-order my book. Bye.